Let's talk high versus low magic.
Necronomicon is coming.
So you guys can thank the artist of my of the cover art for my manuscript for this video. Really good idea to talk about this. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. So I did a little bit of research just to kind of back myself up on some things. And hey, another cat in the vid. Every time. So I did a bunch of research, and along with my own personal opinion, we'll talk about high and low magic right now. So the ideas of one magic being higher than the other, where one is considered high magic and the other is considered low magic, from the research that I've done, high magic really has to do with all of the magical systems that are very, very complex. Those magical systems that take years of study to learn, and it usually involve a lot of very intricate tools and very intricate diagrams, sigils, and symbols and things like that. You can kind of, let's think of a couple of examples of some high magical systems. I would consider the Necronomicon to be one of them because there are all of the sigils, there are the mandals, there are the gates, and the seals, which essentially work like tatwas, and there's all of the different spirits that you can work with, and the more time that you spend working with the book, the more the mysteries of it are revealed to you, and the deeper you grow in understanding. So along with the Necronomicon being high magic, I would also consider like the Goetia from the books of Solomon. Any of the old school grimoires I would also consider to be high magic. The Golden Dawn traditions, Golden Dawn tradition, Thelenite, basically any magical order where they have a set of rules and initiatory steps, I would consider high magic. Now, you could still do high magic if you are not engaging in one of these magical systems, or if you are not part of a specific order, so to speak. High magic can also be considered those kinds of magic spells where timing is very, very important. So you would have to think about if anybody that does spells that are based on what the planetary hour is, what day of the week it is, and other astrological alignments like that, I would consider that to be high magic, because if you think about it, it's kind of like higher order thinking to put all of these different things together. Now, low magic would kind of be the kitchen witchery stuff. You know, let's say you wanted to do a candle spell, but you didn't have a red one, so you just grabbed the one that you had on hand. Or when it comes to wanting to do a spell, you just do it right then and there because that's when you have the time and the inspiration and the desire to do so. In the comment that I left on my other video, high magic does have to do with highly ceremonial things, and low magic kind of has to do with, to me, also those kind of quick visualizations or quick energetic movements or quick spell work to get things done like right in the moment. For example, and I mean, people are probably going to contest me on this, and there's a lot of magical research by various authors into this kind of thing, and metaphysically I think there's a little bit of a energetic, factual, or at least an allegorical basis for this. The idea that you can kind of shrink your aura to be a little bit less noticeable, or for all intents and purposes invisible, is a form of low magic. Now, think of it this way: anybody that I bet anybody that's watching this, or pretty much anybody on the planet, can kind of get that idea of when they are being watched. That is, in my mind, the fact that you are picking up on somebody else kind of either reading or interacting with your energy when you are not physically looking at them. I think we have a lot more senses than just the five. I really strongly believe in, a sixth sense, and kind of being intuitive and empathic myself. I really do believe that humans can kind of understand a lot more about the world that science just kind of hasn't put in a box yet, and that's why we only, have the five senses that everybody's taught about in science class when you're a freshman in high school with the scientific method and blah, blah, blah. So the high magic really has to do with anything that is very highly complicated, and it requires months of preparation, maybe even some purification, and you have to do things on a specific calendar date or during a specific alignment, such as an eclipse, or even when take 2012 with our alignment with the galactic center, or one of the interesting other ones, which I'm gonna have to ask my fiance about, was there's a certain degree in Sagittarius where that is an alignment with the galactic center. So whenever a planet moves into that into those degrees in Sagittarius, then it can have a very specific kind of energy that can influence those on Earth, whether we believe in it or not. So high magic has to do with all of the complicated things, and low magic really has to do with and remember, this is all my opinion, and with a little bit of backup research, that it's all the quick stuff, that it's the hedge witchery, the kitchen witchery, the I'm gonna whip some things together and boom, I make a spell out of it, rather than following a specific protocol. Now, there can be specific protocols for low magic too, just to give you a structure, but it's not this specific time, this specific day, wear this thing, walk around so many times, say these specific words, etc., etc. If you wanted to get into some ideas or some books that had to do with high magic versus low magic, the Donald Michael Craig's, I want to say, I'm trying to remember what the heck the name of his book is. I have it upstairs. Modern Magic by Donald Michael Craig. There, whenever I forget something, it instantly comes back. Then there's some examples of low magic. Could be some of the ones that I can think of are a lot of the basic spell books and New Age books that you find in the bookstore, in Barnes & Noble, or, man, I miss Borders. Just throwing that out there. Any of those kinds of books where they talk about, quick money spells, spells to feel better, spells to get somebody out of your life. You guys get it. Anyway, those kinds of spell books that are by like Silver Ravenwolf, and I can't think of any other authors now. I think about it. I probably should move my magic books down here. That might be easier to access them. I know I have one book that was one of the first ones that I bought, which was it's literally called The Only Wiccan Spellbook You'll Ever Need, and that is full of low magic stuff where it's a simple light a candle, do a chant, or you grab a piece of paper, you write something on it, and you have a couple of other things, maybe some herbs and whatnot, and just that quick, here's a recipe, boom. That's low magic to me. High magic has to do with all the complicated things that I already talked about. So I think that kind of split it out and kind of put things in two separate categories for everybody. Thanks to my cover artist for this question. I'm really surprised I was able to get to this video tonight, but I've been alone all weekend and kind of enjoying myself, getting a lot of work done, and I'm happy to make another vid. As you guys might be able to tell, I uploaded the last one for To Know, of the To Know, To Will, To Dare, and To Be Silent this morning, even though I recorded it, I think, a day or two ago. And so, hey, 2 vids in one day. Not too bad. Good hunting.